Diagnosis of a patient is essentially a hypothetical. Indian government share in the healthcare sector is more than the other countries, but it really lacks in this providing the cushion against violence against healthcare persons and institutions could also help not as much a change in the Indian penal code to make such violence a cognizable offence and a stringent punishment today. Doctors are always portrayed negatively by the media.
Indian Chamber of Commerce Medico Legal Seminar Bhubaneswar at AMRI. A seminar is necessary because the violence against doctors and hospitals and the various sort of nursing homes and all has been going up exponentially in the last few years, and especially after the pandemic. Doctors need to understand the legal aspects also, and also sensitize the patients and, more importantly, the attendants as to how the treatment is being done, and especially with a lot of knowledge from Google and other things emerging, which completely distorts the actual practical experience of doctors. A lot of troubles are being faced by hospitals and doctors, and also by patients. We should ensure proper sort of information that the doctors should have, so that they know how to handle the situation, as well as to ensure that sometimes extortion by patients or the sort of attendants do not take place. And I'm sure this particular seminar, which has been so well attended by doctors and other fraternity from all over, including AIIMS, Raebareli, AIIMS Bhubaneswar, Apollo Hospitals, AMRI, and many other hospitals and institutions in Bhubaneswar and adjoining areas. It will go a long way in mitigating this problem. We should ensure that doctors and hospitals are able to give the service very nicely without being affected by violence.
And even at the residence of the healthcare providers. An ongoing study by the IMA reports that 75% of doctors in India have faced violence at some point of time in their life. And the most important of the time is either a verbal abuse or sometimes physical abuse. And this begins in the emergency and in the ICU, where the most violent venues where the visitors come to visit their patients. Many have lost their clinics, have injured themselves, many doctors have lost lives, and has tarnished their professionalism also. The central and the state government rose to this occasion and came out very strong for the doctors and other healthcare providers. The new epidemic Ordinance 2020 was passed in India. The amendment was done to include protection
So the medical update today which is going to happen is about medical legal, and thanks to Indian Chamber of Commerce who has supported us. Of course, Apollo Hospital is a very big partner in AMRI. As the health convener of the committee, of the ICC committee, health committee, why we chose this topic? If you really recall, recently we had a suicidal case of a doctor. What was the doctor's fault? The doctor's was not at fault. End of the day, whether we live, we die, when we live and when we die is in our destiny. This medical update, this medico-legal update is where certain eminent speakers from forensic medicine, AIIMS Bhubaneswar, AIIMS Raebareli, as well as a very senior advocate from Cuttack, Odisha High Court, will speak about different legal aspects of medical fraternity and healthcare fraternity. During COVID, there were a lot of medical staffs were driven out of their houses. And as an administrator, I face each and every day when in the emergency we have to give police protection because the doctors are abused. So this is an update, it is a knowledge sharing where the medical fraternity will know how to protect itself. So this is what we are trying to do through ICC. Thank you.
Thank you.